Have you ever heard of a ghost? Wrapped tightly in a white shroud, with its arms bound, feet tied, and its body hopping toward you. No crawling, no flying, just one bounce at a time. In Indonesia, this ghost has a name, Pocong. It is one of Southeast Asia's most terrifying and culturally significant spirits. And yet, for many outside the region, it remains unknown, misunderstood, or dismissed as mere superstition. But the legend of the Pocong is more than just folklore. It's a blend of religious ritual, cultural belief, and the universal fear of what happens after death. In Islamic tradition, when someone dies, their body is washed, perfumed, and wrapped in a white cloth, the kafan. The shroud covers the body completely, including the head and feet. The body is then tied at 3 key points, around the head, the middle, and the feet. These knots keep the shroud in place during burial. According to religious practice, after the body is buried, the family or caretaker must return to the grave to untie the knots, especially the one at the feet. This act symbolizes releasing the soul so it can rest in peace. But what happens when the knots are never untied? That is where the legend begins. It's believed that if the soul is trapped by the still-bound shroud, the spirit will not find peace. Instead, it rises, confused, bound, and angry. Descriptions of Pocong are eerily consistent across Indonesian regions. A tall figure, stiff and unmoving, wrapped completely in a white cloth. The face may be visible, pale like paper or darkened by decay. The eyes are often shut, or sometimes wide open, staring blankly ahead. The hands don't move. The mouth doesn't speak, because they can't. Everything is tied. So how does it move? It hops. Some say the Pocong bounces a few inches off the ground. Others claim it can leap several feet. The hopping is slow, deliberate, and unnatural, not comical, not clumsy, but horrifying. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night. You hear a soft thump, then another, getting closer than you see it. Standing, watching, waiting. Types of Pocong, according to folk belief. Over time, local belief systems began to categorize Pocong based on their origin or motive. Here are some types commonly mentioned in urban legends. Pocong, penunggu makam, the graveyard guardian. These Pocong never left their graves. They're often seen near cemeteries at night, silently hopping between headstones, protecting something, or guarding someone. Pocong pendendam. The vengeful Pocong. This is a spirit who died unjustly, murdered, betrayed, or abused. They return to haunt those who wronged them, bringing misfortune and fear. Pocong lupa dibuka tali kafannya. The forgotten one, the most tragic type. These spirits weren't freed after burial. No one returned to untie the shroud. They appear confused, lost, not aggressive, but persistently seeking help. Pocong pengganggu jalan road spirits. Stories of drivers encountering Pocong late at night on remote roads are common. Sometimes they just appear. Other times they chase vehicles or cause crashes. Why does the Pocong exist in folklore? Fear is a powerful cultural tool. The Pocong legend serves multiple symbolic functions. Reminder of ritual. It warns families to fulfill burial rites properly. Forgetting to untie the shroud is not just carelessness. It could doom a soul. Manifestation of guilt. Those who wronged the deceased may interpret dreams or visions of Pocong as punishment from beyond the grave. Control through fear. In some villages, stories of Pocong are used to keep children indoors at night or discourage grave robbing. Representation of unfinished business. The Pocong embodies what happens when something vital, like justice, ritual, or closure, is left incomplete. Encounters, modern sightings and stories. While many consider it a myth, there are thousands of modern accounts from people across Indonesia, Malaysia, and even parts of Brunei. Some claim to have seen a Pocong hopping through their backyard. Others wake to find one standing silently at the foot of their bed. There are even videos online, blurry and shaky, showing a white figure bouncing down village roads, disappearing into the night. In 2005, in a small town in central Java, a family claimed that their house was haunted by a Pocong after they moved into a property near a neglected grave. Doors slammed at night. White cloths appeared mysteriously. The youngest child started talking to someone invisible and described it perfectly. The family moved out within weeks. Another case involved a man who fell sick after disturbing an old burial site. He reported dreams of a figure wrapped in white, hovering at the edge of his bed. Doctors found nothing wrong, but he swore the Pocong followed him until he returned and performed a cleansing ritual at the grave. Is it just a ghost or something more? In Western ghost stories, spirits are usually unseen. They move objects, whisper in the dark, or chill the room. But the Pocong is different. It's seen, it's physical, it moves, and perhaps that's what makes it so terrifying. It breaks the rule of what ghosts are supposed to be. Some scholars of Southeast Asian folklore suggest that Pocong represents a deeper fear, not of death itself, but of being forgotten after death, of rituals skipped, of respect denied, of souls lost in transition. In a way, the Pocong isn't just a ghost. It's a message, a spiritual echo, bound in cloth, reminding the living that even the dead deserve dignity. What to do if you see one? Traditional advice includes, don't run, it may follow. Don't speak. Some say, acknowledging it gives it power. Pray aloud, with intent. Burn incense, or recite verses if culturally appropriate. And most importantly, ask, is there a forgotten grave nearby? A ritual left unfinished. Someone who needs peace. Some stories claim that when villagers return to graves to untie the final knot, the hauntings stop. The Pocong never returns. Conclusion: why we still fear it. In a modern world filled with digital distractions, urban legends like the Pocong survive not because we believe in them, but because deep down, we fear what they represent: abandonment, injustice, the unseen price of forgetfulness. The Pocong is more than just a hopping ghost in a white shroud. It is a cultural memory, a spiritual warning, a figure born from the spaces between faith, fear, and folklore. So the next time you hear a soft bounce behind you on a quiet street, ask yourself, did someone forget to untie the dead?